Good morning, and today we are going to give you a tour of the Carnival Miracle. Carnival Miracle is one of the Spirit class ships in the Carnival fleet, and we are going to start out up here with the tour right up here on deck 11, and we're going to start right here in the sports square. Looking over the bow, you have this little glass dome which looks right down into the gym area. As you can see, people down there working out. You have your putt-putt golf course up here. You have your jogging track, which is actually a pretty decent track. It's short, but it's wider. You have your basketball court, which is already lined out for pickleball. They do have pickleball tournaments up here and hockey tournaments up here, so it's pretty much a multi-used court. You have your putt that goes all the way around this deck. A little flooded there. We've had a lot of rain. As you come down around toward the aft of the ship, you will have a nice overlook of one of the two pools up here on the lido deck. And then the other side is pretty much the same. And that will complete the sports square up here on deck 11. Just to give you the perspective of where we're at, we're now midship on deck 12. Deck 12 is the highest point of the ship, other than naturally the loading platform for the slides. And it basically just a little sun deck up here. They don't even put any chairs up this time of year, but it does look through the glass down into the Nick and Nora's Steakhouse. And then you got two ways to get down here. You can go down these stairs to this deck where they would put out chairs, but remember, it is actually winter time right now, so they don't have any chairs out up here. A little too cool to be laying out here. So this is the highest point of the ship again, basically right up here by the funnel, which is part of the funnel on the Spirit class ships. And that pretty much concludes deck 12. This is just that little area back down just a couple of feet, considered still deck 12 from the funnel, which brings you just maybe up one little area right there. All right, let's go back down to deck 11 aft. All right, basically on deck 11 aft is just your splash park for the children. There's your loading platform, which other than the funnel is the highest point of the ship. And then you have a little area. It's not a real large area, but it does have a drop slide. That's the one where you stand on the slide and it drops out from under you, the platform. And you got a little area for the little guys and girls. Like I said, not very big. I think the Paradise is actually even bigger than this. You have your slide that goes out over the other decks. And then your green slide, which is your drop slide, goes out over the edge of the ship. Overlooks Serenity down there. And then you have that nice opening there right in the middle where it's clear and you're hanging out over the edge of the ship. And that's pretty much it here on deck 11. So we'll move down to deck 10 aft. So deck 10 aft is just basically at the bottom of your slides. It's where you exit the slides. And then we can walk all the way down. Speed this up. Alright, so where this is going to take you right here is to Nick and Nora's Steakhouse. This would be the bottom level. Not sure we can get in here or not. Alright, so this is your bottom level of Nick and Nora's Steakhouse, which overlooks the atrium, which is actually, this is pretty cool the way it goes up and down. And then you have an upstairs as well. I'll show you that in just a second. And this is that glass area you saw from up on deck 12. It's not a huge steakhouse. It used to have a statue in here and they took it down. Show you I'm gonna go back up to deck 11 and show you that. And then this is your upper level of the steakhouse. Which again, as I showed you, overlooks the atrium. Steakhouse does have its own bar while you're waiting on your table. All right, continuing from the Steakhouse down deck 10. Now remember, most of your ships, deck 10 is usually the Lido. On this ship, it's deck 9 is the Lido. This is the second smallest ships in the Carnival fleet. But when you walk it doesn't really seem that small. All right, where we're at now is over the first pool. This is the main pool. It's got the stage and everything. But as you can see, the roof has been closed naturally. This is an Alaskan cruise. They don't want that open because it gets kind of cold and miserable down there. And it also stays pretty warm in there, especially when the sun is actually out like yesterday. It actually heats up that whole little area, but not to the degree that it would be too hot for you. And then you have another pool where you'll go through a couple of doors downstairs. We'll show you that in a minute. And then it brings you over to the other pool. Now these pools, and I'll talk about those when I get down there, really surprised me. Plenty of seating up here. Not many people sitting out here, as you can see, even during the day. All right, then this just goes up and around the bow of the ship. You got some more of your little comfortable chairs over here. Not very many. Which again brings you to this pool area here. And then we'll just go around and then come in the other side, and I'll speed this up. Slow it back down. As you can see, this is a 2-story gym, and we're going to go in there in just a second. And this is a pretty good place to just kind of observe. They got the glass there that keeps the wind down. And I'll pick it back up. Deck 10. Now to access the gym, we have to go down to deck 9. We cannot do it from up here, but this does complete deck 10. Let's go down to deck 9. As you can see, Cloud 9. This is the salon over here. And that's kind of closed right now, but it's just nothing but a little salon. And then to get into the gyms, you're gonna go down here, down these hallways, through the spa area. And this is going to take you into a little sitting area. It's right there by the gym. Around into the gymnasium. And then this is just your gym. Got your lots of treadmills, ellipticals, and then upstairs they got the gym area, the weights. Take you upstairs and show you that. You can see they have little areas where they have different machines. Pretty good sized gym. Nothing compared to the Mardi Gras or the Celebration or the Jubilee. And then they got free weights down there on the end, the dumbbells. That's pretty much it for the gym and the spa. As I said, they have a men's side and a women's side, so you have to go in on your side. So coming out of the spa area on deck 9, you got your pool, your first pool. There's 2 pools up here. And now that side over there on the starboard side, that is your smoking area. This side is non-smoking on the port side. Now, one of the things that I learned, and I didn't really know this, that water right there is probably about 90 degrees. They do heat the pools, have your hot tub. And the water was actually pretty refreshing, and believe it or not, even a lot of people yesterday were out here in this pool, and it's cool. It's not really cold right now, but the pools are definitely heated for those winter ones. All right, so this is your first pool. This is your forward pool. And you're gonna go through these doors that do close and keep the heat in. And now it's hot over here. You have your Blue Iguana tequila bar. And on the opposite side, you have your Red Frog rum bar. And as you can see, the roof is closed, and you can tell it's a little bit warmer in here because it's all fogged up because it's cool outside. They're pretty much laid out the same, just backwards. And again, the pool is heated in here as well. There is no smoking in this area at all. Now, one of the things I noticed differently from the Legend and the Pride is you don't have a big screen TV up here. They usually set up a big screen on that stage. This ship does not have it. All right, and you got your infamous Guy's Burger Joint. Okay, and then over on the port side, you have your Blue Iguana Cantina. All right, so let me show you where the ice cream machines are hidden. They're hidden on both sides in this little area here. Same way over on the other side of Guy's Burgers. They're kind of hidden, and it's the only 4 on the ship. But there's 2 on each side. As we leave the pool area, we go into the buffet area. As you can see, everything's still old style on this ship. This ship hasn't been upgraded in a long time. Now, if you go up those stairs right there, that will take you back up to the Steakhouse. Give you a good look at breakfast. Getting ready for breakfast. Make your own omelets, or should I say, get your own omelet made. Here is naturally the atrium again. It still does have the glass elevators. And you have your beverage stations. And you have quite a few of those. And again, these stairs lead you right back up into the Steakhouse. So you can get there 3 different ways, actually. You got your omelets your way. There's my omelet people. Morning. Morning. You have your cereal. All right, and then you have, as we go toward the aft of the ship, you're going to come up to pretty much the same things that are duplicated, except for right here around the corner. This area serves as breakfast in the morning. Then it turns into chopsticks. And then in the afternoon, it turns into the seafood corner, which is other words like the seafood shack, just hasn't been renamed yet because, again, this ship, as we make it through the buffet area, this will take you out to Serenity. You have your bar out here. And then you have your main bar, your main bar here, and your, it's more or less like a little big house. Again, you have your bar, and then you have your Serenity area with yet another pool. And that completes deck 9. Deck 8, nothing but cabins. Deck 7, nothing but cabins. 6, nothing but cabins. Deck 5, nothing but cabins. So now deck 4 forward is the only deck that you're going to be blocked on. You have to go down all the way to the back. The only other thing on here is the Phantom Lounge. The thing about this ship is, as you can see, it zigzags all through the ship. And I will take you all the way to the Phantom Lounge, to the forward end of the ship. So this is forward deck 4. This is the upper level of the Phantom Lounge. These ladies are always holding up the ceiling for us. And then this is your Phantom Lounge. This is your main theater. Pretty good, except if you're under this deck right here. I'll show you that down from the bottom floors. This is deck 3. As you can see, we were just up there. This is deck 3 of the Phantom Lounge. Going into off of deck 3, you can go into Gadsby's Garden. And what this is, and I can only show you just a little bit of it because it goes way down. And this just basically goes all the way around to the bow of the ship, okay, and comes out the other side. This is a little quiet area. You can come sit in here, and it goes to one of the kids' clubs up there in the very front of the ship. That's it. Making our way from Gadsby's Garden and the Phantom Lounge here on deck 3. We have our piano bar up here, our game room. Just going to show you a little bit of the area. There's your warehouse. And then you have your piano bar. Now you can tell this ship has not been redone yet because this piano bar will be cut down very short, so it's accessible for wheelchairs. Continuing, as all pretty much Carnival ships are, going down the starboard side, you have your stores, you have your case of, you have your cherry on top over here, and then you have your liquor store, and then it goes right into your shops where you can get all your Carnival merchandise, your jewelry stores. We are about midship, a little past midship, going toward the aft. Mid-elevators back into Pixels. Now, they still do it the old-fashioned way. They hang all the pictures up on these boards, and you have to get them. Here's your atrium. Going to bring us to the upper level of our dining room. This is your city room, which they turn into an art auction half the time. And as you can see today, they're going to do their Dr. Seuss stuff. Now in the mornings, this top section is not open for regular breakfast. All set up for Dr. Seuss. That pretty much completes deck 3. Now down to deck 2, which is your promenade deck. Ship's a little different than others. We'll bring you into the bottom floor of the dining room. Right, and then here's the bottom floor of the Bosphorus dining room. As you leave the dining room, you're going to come past the little sitting area here. You have the Apple view room, which is just a quiet area to go sit. You have a band out here usually, right here by the Alchemy bar. You have restrooms. The only restrooms are coming out of there are just outside the dining room, but it's still a pretty decent walk. atrium again. And then into your casino. Now what they've done here on the Legend and on the Pride, this right here would be your bonsai sushi. Right when you boarded the ship here, that would be the first thing you'd see is your bonsai sushi. They have not done that on this ship yet. But the one thing that they have done, and again, this ship has not been upgraded yet. But one of the things they have not done yet on this ship is upgraded the rooms or anything, but they did take out right there where you see those buffaloes and that green karma cat. That used to be a bar. So they had an actual bar in the casino, which pretty much took up all that space right there. All that space. And they took the bar out already, but they haven't done any other upgrades. All right, as you leave there, you're gonna come out of here. Again, you have restrooms right by the casino, which makes that convenient. There's only a couple more venues. All right, so here, which this place is gonna get crowded today, for sure. It's Sunday, football. And this is the sports bar. As you can see, this has not been redone yet. And this will turn into the Heroes Lounge. They'll still keep the, they're still gonna keep the TVs and everything, but it'll be called the Heroes Lounge. Now, as soon as we go out of there, we could go back out there and go in, but we can also come right in here to the Red Frog Pub, pretty popular place. They usually have good bands at night. Sit at the bar, you can play shuffleboard, you can play foosball, but for the most part, pretty good little bar. It gets crowded sometimes, and then other times it's nobody in here. All right, as we come out of there, here's your coffee bar. It's not called the Blue Java yet, or Java Blue. All right, what you have here is just the Joker, which is basically just a little quiet place to sit, play cards, do whatever you want. And then pretty much the last thing on this deck is the bottom floor of the Phantom Lounge. And the only thing down here on deck 1 is the Mad Hatter's Lounge up in the very forward of deck 1. This is where they do comedy. And sometimes they do karaoke down here, but not most of the time. So there you have it. After the Mad Hatter, that's it. Even though it's down here on deck 1, pretty cool. The problem is sometimes you can hear the show going on above you in the Phantom Lounge. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and we'll see you on the next one, which will be the Paradise again.